Hey everybody, have you ever felt like you've got so much going on that you're never gonna win? Well, today we are gonna talk about how to win over your hectic schedule. Hey everybody, welcome to Living Life Strong, where I give you powerful how-to tips on how you can happen to your life instead of your life happening to you. Sometimes we just feel like we're being pulled in thousands of directions. And so a lot of times it's a good idea just to take a minute, write down all the stuff that makes you feel stressed, all the stuff that's hectic. Because think about it, once you list that stuff, the idea when you look at that list is that most of these things are things that you really care about. I mean, these are things that are not the enemy usually. The reason that these things are in your life is because we put it there. Usually, it's because these are the things we care about. And the good thing is that Jesus actually talks about this. In Matthew 11:28, he says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest." He says, "Take my yoke upon you and let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle and of a humble heart, and you will find rest for your souls, because my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So what Jesus is trying to say is not just that, or not that if you become a Christian that everything's going to be easy, that you can relax and never work again, everything's going to be easy. But what happened was when Jesus' disciples followed him, they had to re-identify their entire identity. And when we think about a lot of the stuff that creates stress in our life, a lot of that is stuff that makes your life hectic, and it's because we are trying to create identity and self-worth in those things. But when we follow Jesus, we get released from all of the rat race because we are not allowing our security get tied up in all the things that the world would have us chase in order to be valuable. And so we have to take on a new perspective. He says, "Take my yoke upon you and let me teach you." And a yoke is what the rabbis in the first century would call their teachings or their opinions about things. And a lot of times we have to take on Jesus's opinion because that fundamentally will change our perspective. We have to start taking on the things that Jesus cares about. The idea is that Jesus is saying that the load that you're carrying, the things that you're trying to carry in your life, why don't you take that off and put on just the things that Jesus cares about? And it says that his load is light. And the point is that our perspective needs to change. And if that happens, our priorities will start to change. So if you go back to that list that you might have listed in your head earlier, or maybe you stopped and wrote it down, what were some of those things that if Jesus was to look at that list, would he ask, now why is that on there? And in addition, this yoke was connecting you and Jesus together. This idea of yoke with the rabbis came from an agricultural example where you would pair a strong ox with an inexperienced or a weaker ox. The stronger would help the weaker. And you've got to realize that you're not pulling on your own in this life. When you're connected with Jesus, you're not pulling just what matters to him, but you're pulling that with him, and he's giving you the strength and the power to actually pull that load. So pursuing God, fundamentally, it upsets everything in your life. It resets everything in your life with your priorities and your finances and those things that are pulling you in 1,000 different directions. So remember, change your perspective, yes, but also remember that he's there to pull with you. Have a great day and live life strong.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow Living Word on social media. We post content each and every week, and you don't want to miss out. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and our Instagram, and make sure to turn on notifications for all three, so you'll receive the latest news, updates, and content right at your fingertips.